What's going on YouTube? In this video we'll go over how to use a Twitter API with your PHP application. As of recording, I'm recording this outside, so there will be a lot of background noise. The first thing you need to do is create a developer Twitter account and create an application underneath there. You need to do this in order to get an API key and secret in order for you to access the Twitter API. Once you get that information, you're able to then add this in your application, and what we need to do with that is authenticate the application. So with that, you need the key, and you need to do a URL encode with that, and you need the secret, and you need to do a URL encode of that. You combine both of those results with a colon separating the two, and then you take the bigger string and you would base64 encode on that. With this will be your quote-unquote auth token that you will pass off into your authorization request. Just to let you know, there are two different types of authentication. One is called application-only authentication, and the other one is called user authentication. The difference between the two is that the application authentication only accesses public data from the Twitter. For example, if you're searching for tweets, then you use the authentication only. However, if we're going to do like some kind of account management, then you need to do user authentication. So right now, this is just an example of a application only authentication. And if you want to see the user, let me know and I'll do a video about that. Continuing on, with this token, what we're going to do is create custom headers. So this will be authorization basic, and then we pass in the auth token. This is the result we did from the base64 encode of the all kind of other complex stuff. And since we're going to be passing data with this post request, we need to say what type of content it is. So we say it's an application form. And what we have here is our post data. This post data is basically we tell them what type of grant we need, which is client credentials. So when we send a post request, we do a post request to the auth2 token. Do not send it to auth1 or the base. And the reason why you don't want to send it to auth1 is because they're trying to deprecate that. So you want to send it to auth2. It's more secure, quote unquote, more secure. The data that we want to send up in that post data, in that post request, and then the custom headers you want to do. So once we send that off and we are properly quote unquote authenticated, we will get a response with a token. And what we want to do is validate that we have received an appropriate response. Basically, we want to make sure that we got an object back, make sure that we have a token type, and that token type is a bearer. And if we do, then we store that token in memory because we need this bearer token for a future GET request. Or sorry. We just need this token for future requests. Okay. All right. So once we want to search for tweets, what we have here is we want to do a GET request to the search tweets endpoint, and then the required argument is Q, and this is the query argument, and we just want to search for hashtag tech. You can change this to be whatever you want to search for. You should look at the Twitter API to see what are the limitations and filter rules that you can add in here. And then you also can take a look as well as any other custom argument you want to add. For example, like language or the number of tweets you want to return back. Okay. So we take these arguments and we want to add them into our GET request. And then we take our bearer token that we received from earlier and add that into our customized header. And then we send a GET request out to the search tweet endpoint. And then once we get a response back, we get an array of tweets. So just really quick, I'm going to show this to you on the PHP side on actually executing it. Let's put that over. Let's go ahead and run this real quick. What we do is load up the required files. We send a post request to authenticate our application. We get our bearer token, and then we say we store that bearer token in memory. And then once we get ready for it, we will start doing a request for tweets. So we do a GET request. We pass in a bearer token into this, and we get back an array of tweets. And that's it in a nutshell. If you guys want more elaborate steps, let me know. I do have this live on my Super WordPress guide website. Granted that the example I use in there is a lot more complicated because it's actually doing more. Um, Outside of that, this is basically it in a nutshell. And if you guys have any questions, concerns, let me know and I'll help you with that. Until then, see you next time. Peace.